Welcome to Our Jewish Roots.
The quest for the temple treasures and the Ark of the Covenant. Jehovah's treasure.
And as they that bare the ark were come unto Jordan, the waters were cut off. And all the Israelites passed over on dry ground unto Jericho, and the people encamped in Gilgal on the east border of Jericho.
The biblical period that follows Joshua's death is known as the time of the Judges. The formative nation seeks to establish itself, moving ever westward through the lush hill country. Here they'll once again encounter a consortium of enemies, and here they'll fall prey to the beckoning of foreign gods. In present-day Ashkelon, evidence has been found of Israel's arch-enemies, the Philistines. Archaeologist Ian Stern.
The Philistines were part of a mass movement of peoples in the 13th century BCE, making their way from Greece to the area of southern Canaan, setting up 5 cities known as the Philistine Pentapolis. They brought with them a well-trained army, an army consisting of archers, consisting of cavalry and charioteers. They also brought with them distinctive pottery from Greece. It was inevitable that these people would eventually clash with the Israelites in the mountains. The Israelites inched their way down from the mountainous area towards the coastal plain, meeting with these Philistines in their northern city in a place that was called Aphek.
Now Israel went out against the Philistines to battle, and pitched beside Ebenezer, and the Philistines pitched in Aphek. And the Philistines put themselves in array against Israel. And when they joined battle, Israel was smitten before the Philistines. At Aphek, Israel would lose 2 battles, 34,000 lives, and most tragically, the Ark of the Covenant.
It was bad enough that the Israelites should lose their battle at Aphek. To lose the Ark of the Covenant to the Philistines? It was unheard of. Nothing could be more disheartening, or so it would seem. But the Bible records that during this period of the Judges, the children of Israel had reverted to idol worship. They were no longer listening to their covenant God. In the absence of leaders like Moses and Joshua, even the priesthood had become corrupt.
The captured Ark of the Covenant would be taken into the Philistine temple in Ashdod. Being a people of the sea, the Philistines based their chief deity on a creature from the sea. And so it was, on this extraordinary evening, that the Holy Ark shared a room with a foreign god. When the Philistines arose early in the morrow morning, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the earth before the ark of the Lord, and his head and both palms were cut off. And the men of Ashdod said, The ark of the God of Israel shall not abide with us, for his hand is sore upon us. And God smote the city of Ashdod, and they sent the ark of God to Ekron.
For 7 months, the ark would travel from one Philistine city to another. At each site, the results were the same: plague and death, such as the Philistines had never known before. It had become quite clear that they could not harness the might of this Israelite God, who they perceived must be living in this troublesome golden box. Clearly, the ark had to be returned to its rightful owners.
The ark would be placed in a private residence at a place called Kiryat Yearim.
And the men of Kiryat Jearim came and fetched up the ark of the Lord and brought it into the house of Abinadab in the hill, and sanctified Eleazar his son to keep the ark of the Lord. And it came to pass, while the ark abode in Kiriath Jearim, that the time was long, for it was 20 years.
Jehovah's treasure.